Canberra has the Viking clap. The Panthers stand up, flags up. Everyone on their feet.
Wow.
It's a great reception. What an atmosphere right here on Fox League. And Nathan Cleary, one of their favourites, leads them out. Let's call it Penrith Park for the afternoon with respect to the sponsor. A Sunday afternoon at Penrith Park, Locker.
Well, this was unbelievable. I came about 2 hours ago and they were pouring in, a sellout crowd here. Nathan Cleary back. Here's a guy that loves his footy too. He can't wait to get back on his home ground. Fast track, beautiful afternoon. It's built, ready built now for Nathan Cleary.
Absolutely fast, dry track. Big crowd, ready to have some fun here today. The challenge is all yours, Bulldogs. I parked some distance away from the ground and walked in with a few Bulldogs fans. They were a little sheepish. They're not quite sure what to expect. A big start is all important for Canterbury, but that's easier said than done. Chris Butler, our referee this afternoon. Your Sunday footy feast is underway on Fox League. Canterbury and Penrith, Luai with a catch, Fisher-Harris with run number 1. 9 metres out from the Panthers line. Leota scored that rousing try last week against the Dolphins. And so the two front rowers take the first 2 carries. Yo on the third, up to the 30. Milestone day for Isaiah as well, moves to 5th on the all-time list of games played for Penrith. Well done to the boy from Dubbo. Penrith with Fisher-Harris, a second touch. And the Bulldogs get bodies in front. Last tackle for Penrith. Luai is left, he's the kicker. Left foot from Jerome Luai. Fullback and winger get a little close. Perham with it. If you're joining us late, Perham into the starting side. Avarillo into the halves alongside Burton. Marnie starting off the bench for the first time since 2019 in a game for Reid Marnie. He hasn't been in a starting lineup. So let's see the intentions of the Bulldogs. Pengai Jr. You'd be surprised if there's any early offloads inside his own half. Now for King. It's toiled hard for Canterbury this year. Gets it to halfway. Last tackle, Bulldogs. Steady opening set from the visitors. And Burton fires it down to the wing of Brian Tottle. Brian with it. He's on a run of tries at home. He has scored in the last 4 games here. You see Reid Marnie on the bench. I don't think he'd make a contented chap starting from the bench. Let's go down to the sideline. Not too far away from Reid is Darcy McDonald. Darcy, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Andrew, Steve and everyone tuning in. A sellout crowd of 22,000 expected at Bluebet Stadium on a beautiful 19-degree day here. There's been some late scratchings for both sides. Jacob Preston out for the Bulldogs due to an illness. Penrith's Isaac Tonga has a leg injury. I'm told it's only minor, but he is a chance of missing next week too.
Tonga was in good try-scoring form, and for young Preston, it's the first game he's missed all season in his rookie year. He was looking for the Iron Man category, playing every game.
Yeah, a little bit unfortunate. He's probably been the Dogs' best player this season too. He'd be a little bit disappointed. He's missing this game. Taruva, he's the man that won the penalty. She loves bringing the ball back to the left winger for the Panthers.
Penrith are 30 metres away. The crowd is into the contest early. Kenny, Cleary, trumpet plays. That's a call to arms for Leota to take another run. 25 away. Now Kenny switches left. Yo to Luai. Luai kicks, turning them around. Canterbury under pressure. There's your first try. It's Tyrone Peachey who goes over for Penrith. Not quite the mid-air somersault, more of the conventional older kind.
Yeah, just having a look where Hayes Perham was too. They just split their halves here. The Penrith Panthers, they do it so well. Cleary on the right-hand side, Luai on the left. They pick up to go that short side. The second man play, the grubber kick through. Just have a look where Perham is, just a little bit late arriving. They knew it was on too. Peachey opens the scoring. What a bloke to bring into your side too. Can play anywhere, Peachey. Playing in the centres here this afternoon. He gets the opening try.
Tyrone Peachey, his 10th game for the year, and now 7 tries. He's got a couple of try doubles, and back as a Panther. And big smile on the face. Was he think? No, he sort of. I think that he may have tripped into the somersault, to be honest. Maybe it was going to be full mid-air flip, and he lost his balance. Try July. So the Panthers off and running. How hard has that rocked the Bulldogs? We'll find out the next few minutes.
You might only get a gorilla for that try celebration.
I see. Accidental trip. Haven't the NRLW celebrations been fantastic? Cleary makes it 6-0. He's on a roll of conversions too, Nathan, returning when he left the game in round 14. He had kicked his last dozen, I think it was, for Nathan. So he's got it now to 13 in a row. In fact, he's kicked his last 5 sideline attempts as well, Nathan Cleary, besides all his other talents. And as good as Jack Cogger was as goal kicker, he was 0-5 from the sideline, so they get Cleary back. And he turns 4s into 6s no matter where you score them. Panthers back with Fisher Harris. Front row lay the platform, don't they, for Penrith. Sorensen rips in there. Now Kenny. Kenny picking out Flanagan to run at, stood his ground. Flanagan wearing the 7, but playing dummy half to start the game. Yo on to Liam Martin. Proved a handful there for Matt Burton. And inside their own half, Penrith looks switched on. I'm sure to everyone watching, I mean, this is a side, there's no complacency. None whatsoever. They are playing at full pace. Luai's kick, Perham with it, good take. Canterbury back in possession. Perham, who was dropped for last week, played every game at fullback, but now recalled this week with a shuffle around in the halves.
Yeah, they're great on both sides of the ball, aren't they, the Panthers? Just watch this rev up with their defence. They get numbers in the tackle, turn you, flip you on your back, just slow that play the ball down in dominant tackles.
Running on for Alamotti. A stepping stone in the fledgling career of Alamotti today, the 19-year-old. Wilson came in for a run. Canterbury kick from Burton. Towering one. Taruba going back. That's a lovely take. Set himself, running away from the ball, but never looked in doubt of catching it. This time with Peachy wrapping around off Luai. Now Kenny, Edwards, and on with To'o. As far as the 30-metre line for Penrith. Waddell was a little unsteady getting up there. I think he's okay. Never easy to tackle Brian To'o. Panthers, Cleary kicking on 4. So wingers up in the line. Perham the only man back. So he might have been a little disappointed with his contact on the ball there.
Yeah, I reckon he was setting himself there for a 40-20 there, Cleary. The first kick that he's had in the game so far. It's gone to the other side.
Mate, he's standing right in front of me and he deliberately steps in front of James.
Okay, Tavita, ill-discipline. Now, of all the things you don't want to do, it's giving away penalties whilst in possession when you're taking on Penrith. Even more so when you're 35 metres out from your own line.
Liam, you're on report. Bumper.
All right, so they're watching players and carries. And so Liam Martin, for a bumper, raised forearm, is on report. If we get a chance, we'll go back and look at. We'll follow the action at the moment, though. Fisher Harris.
Do you reckon they'll be putting a few blokes on report? Nearly every forward runs with his bumpers up.
Now Kenny. And there was Yo. Cleary just dumps it off. Martin, all strength and hustle and bustle. Just a few metres from the line. Penrith maybe closing in on a second try. Oh, it's too easy. Canterbury cut open like a tin of sardines there. It was just hit and spin. And Isaiah Yo's got a post try celebration. He doesn't get too many, but he shows us a move, and Penrith into double figures already.
Well, he's always so hard to handle, isn't he? He's got options. Here's the Martin with the raising of the arm. Well, I don't see anything wrong with that one. That mustn't be it.
No, previous one to that. The run, it was the run on Burton that they must have.
But too easy here. He's got options, hasn't he? Isaiah Yeo. Flanagan just got beat on the outside shoulder there, just threw an arm out like he's trying to knock the ball down. And as you said, just spins out of the tackle there, Isaiah Yeo. Too easy. They back themselves there, the Panthers, and they're in again.
It's the first time this year we've seen goal line defence like this for Canterbury. It just seems to be spacing problem, lack of communication. You tell me, Block, the things that break down in goal line defence when it looks like tries to score so softly. Well done, Isaiah.
What's he, rolling the dice there or something, is he?
It's your story.
I'll tell you what, he ran straight over to Mitch Kenny. They've obviously worked on that to try and isolate Kyle Flanagan. He got caught a little bit wide there. Isaiah Yeo scores.
Cleary is 2 from 2 on return. It is worth noting the milestone for Yeo, though. His 211th first grade game, and today moves to number 5 all time for the Panthers. The battle of the coaches, first time Serraldo has come up against the Panthers. Would he like to have them back in the sheds? Maybe. 12-0, going better than the clock at the moment. And Ivan is sitting back, sitting pretty at the moment, watching his side. Absolutely dialed in.
Yeah, they're so hard to stop, aren't they, Leota? And also Fisher-Harris just laying the platform. Here he comes again.
Fisher-Harris takes what? His 7th hit up. His 7th hit up in the first 10 minutes.
James, let him go, mate.
Now Sorensen. On their 20. So you've got 3 big forwards take the first carries. You've got wingers who love to get involved. Yeo dumps it off to Martin again. Ran at Flanagan. And Waddell there. Luai, quick play the ball. Sorensen. This is a Panthers wave going upfield at the moment. They're a long way from the ocean, but it's big from the Panthers the way they're moving. Good take by Perham. Got over the top of Cleary.
He's made a couple of good takes so far, Perham. The secret there was attacking the ball. Fell a little bit short off the boot. He had to make up plenty of ground there, Perham. It's a nice take. Cleary there trying to compete.
Yeah, well, it's good height. Have the momentum moving forward. And here he is in a running capacity. Perham back up to halfway. Flanagan, King, nice step. Almost got him through the tackle of Yeo there. Back away for Burton. Burton will bomb to the corner of To'o again. Are they going to challenge it? They're not. Alamotti, though, is right on Brian there. Good set, Canterbury. Down 12-0, and to have Penrith running out from inside their 10. Oh, no. Burton.
That's right.
They're just checking. Did he catch a knee there, Matt Burton?
Well, that's what we want to see too. Pangai Jr. coming out and try and make a hit on Crichton there. Trying to lift his teammates. That's what he needs to come up with.
Yeah. The independent doctor will take a close look at that one on Burton. The reaction to it. Penrith, Yeo, little swerve in his work. Was caught low by Vitala Mariner. Good defensive set from Canterbury. Good attacking set, good defensive set to get themselves trying to get back in the game.
Put a bit of pressure there on Cleary. Pangai Jr. first come up with a big hit down the other end.
Oh, no.
And then he put pressure on the kicker.
Skelton's lost the ball. The young winger playing just his 3rd appearance in the NRL.
20 boys.
So penalty conceded in possession in their own half, and now on play 1, throwing passes like that for Jacob Kiraz.
Just hope he doesn't drop his head there. I've seen him as a powerful ball runner. Just trying to get that football away with a miracle pass. And a flick out the back in your own half.
Yes.
As I said before the game, you can't afford to do that to Penrith. Give them the football back 30 metres out. Here they come.
Yes, while there may have been opportunity, no one's throwing a flick in that position. And here come Penrith. Cleary, Luai, caught by Burton. Luai was good last week against the Dolphins. Tackle busts. A bit right on the outside there. I think they wanted a little more from the way they set up on the previous play. Set restart Penrith. All makes the job of Canterbury a little tougher. Fisher-Harris, they're 8 metres away from the line. We're 13 minutes into the contest. Penrith with Yo. There's Cleary. Double show. Crichton to To'o. Is there again. Brian To'o. Playing at home. Scores again. That's 5 in a row. And what's he got for us? Oh, they're putting on a show, the Penrith Panthers.
Well, that's silky execution there from the Panthers. Everyone on song. Cleary, the dummy inside, then the dummy out, and then he shifts the football. You just get the feeling every time To'o gets the ball in this sort of situation. Wilson caught in field. To'o's going to score. Have a look at Crichton. Burton come across here to try and make the tackle. To'o. As I said, Wilson was caught in field, but you're not going to stop him there.
Would they have practiced this, Steve? I can't imagine you leaping into the arms of a teammate like this, but that's nice. Brian To'o and Liam Martin. Look, I've already gone on record as saying, let's not just have try July. Why not keep this going? I just think it's such an entertaining element to the game. Everyone's having fun.
I'll tell you why. They might have to cough up $1 million at the end of the season.
Right. Well, I'm not talking about the donations. I'm talking about the post-try celebration being ongoing. To'o scores another one of the local favourites. So 5 straight games he scored here. Now, I got a terrible stat for the Bulldogs on To'o from the Fox Sports Lab. They've won 27 in a row when To'o scores a try, Penrith. They haven't lost a game when To'o scored a try since the 2020 Grand Final, Steve.
Really?
Haven't lost a game when Brian has scored a 4-pointer since the 2020 Grand Final.
I don't think after that, I don't think he'd be scoring 1 this afternoon.
So over to Cleary. Let's see if he can keep this sideline run going. Hamstring injury. We had him on the fan during the week talking about his practice. No one has more practice shots in the game than Nathan Cleary. His first one of the afternoon. Practice makes perfect. That's a great strike. He's 6 in a row from the sideline.
If you're a little bit worried about whether his hamstring is all right, that'll tell you the story. Is Cleary. Look at Crichton just eating up the yards there. As I said, Wilson caught in field. You don't stop To'o.
I know you weren't a goal kicker block, but I found it fascinating watching Cleary on the fan this week. I mean, he said he just can't help himself. You know, he has to. He can't finish the session. He can't hang the boots up without hitting it perfectly. And if that takes half an hour, it takes half an hour.
What if he hits the first 20 right?
Other kickers, they're diligent, but not to the degree of Nathan. I don't know whether there's a lesson in that but he's one of the best. Real success rate, 85%. Panthers back on their own 20. 542 goals now for Nathan Cleary at that 85% mark. Now for Kenny Martin. Aggressive every run he's done this afternoon. He leaves Waddell behind. There is nothing about just chalking up a run for Liam Martin. Last tackle, another completed set. Cleary, floating bomb, out Skelton's way. Good take from Skelton.
You talk about Liam Martin. We were over in the World Cup, both of us last year. I thought he was Australia's best player in all the games that I saw. Unbelievable effort. He belongs there.
Penalty to Canterbury.
Liam pushed him back this way.
That helps the cause there. Penalty 30 metres out from their own line. 18-0 scoreline. For all the talk before the game, and Cameron was, Coach Serraldo was talking about, you know, we've come here to win, not just to compete. We've come here with a plan we think we can work. Penrith have ripped holes in their defence. Bulldogs, Burton, Pengo Jr. Half a dozen games here a couple of seasons ago at the end of the year. Flanagan. Waddell. Not quite sure what Reid Marty does for them now. I know he's the competitor, he's the captain. If he's not well. Oh, nice run. Averille with speed. Flick back inside. Skeldon lunging to catch. They're 18 metres away from the line. Flanagan in a first receiver role there. King running into three there. Three of the forwards. Fisher Harris, Leota, and Yo. Flanagan, right side. Perham for Ockenbaugh. Not quite charging at them though. Flanagan for Burton, set for the kick, goes hard and low. Way too hard. Way too hard.
It didn't look like he got the angle on that. Just kicks it dead in goal, an easy walk. Just watching how quickly, now they're leading 18 points to 0, the Panthers. After that half break they made, the Bulldogs. The urgency to get back in the defensive line. Now they're hungry here this afternoon.
I just love the attention to detail. The two front rowers, that's the platform, and you'd love this block. You know, Leota 8 runs for 70 metres, Fisher Harris 9 for 97 in the opening 18 minutes of the game.
Yeah, and they work in tandem too. They've got options, haven't they? All over the park, the Panthers. Crichton a little bit slow to get to his feet.
Tackle 2.
Crichton there. Concern, some question or suggestion of hip drop by some. So Crichton just getting checked there.
At the moment.
18 minutes in, here it was. Crichton on the run and falling down the back is Waddell. Burton over the top.
Corey.
Oh dear, he's going to be called out.
He'll be put on report too.
Hip drop, mate. Lands an ankle.
Crichton
Thanks,
is up, albeit a little ginger as he walks back to centre. Penrith about to go on the attack inside the Canterbury half again. Got to find a way to hold them out.
Well, just looking at their completions, 12 from 12 to start the game, the Panthers. They're the best side in the competition for completions. And they throw plenty at you too. Great handling skills.
A dancing blow there from Fatala Mariner. Play one, 28 metres away from the Canterbury line. Kenny, Yo, Fisher Harris, another run. Oh, took a good tackle from King to stop him. He was on his way. He gets penalised for hanging on to a leg, Max King, but the low tackler gets no advantage whatsoever, do they? None at all.
Nathan, he's got to hang on there. I don't know what he could do any different. I suppose when you make the tackle, you're going to roll out. But
wait, Nathan.
You want to roll again now. Take the quick tap. Fisher Harris again with a charge.
Oh, goodness. That's his 11th carry. That's 11 hit-ups in 19 minutes.
He must think he's not going to play in the second half.
Leota there, 10 away from the line. Penrith really putting on a masterclass here. Cleary back inside. He's got another carry, Fisher Harris. And we played with his ball, perhaps. Now Kenny. Cleary, pass without looking. Luai headed towards the wing. Sorensen a run to Peachy. Peachy gets over. They had runners to pick from, decoy runners. Peachy pinned the ears back and gets a double for the 3rd time this year.
Yeah, and who would have thought that Cleary would have been a little bit rusty? Not the case. On both sides of the field. It's only a little bit early. He set a try up on the right. This time, both the halves go over to the left-hand side. Peachy. That is Peachy running off those two guys. What an effort. Couple of tries early. Got on the outside through the dummy. They had the numbers there. Just got beat for pace there, Carraz.
Try has been confirmed for Tyrone Peachy. Sore head and all. No post-try celebration this time around. So he's filling in where Isaac Tungo has been in terrific try-scoring form, and Peachy has picked up another couple today. 22 points on the board in 20 and a half minutes.
Here's another one for Cleary on the other side this time. I don't think he's got a preferred side, has he? Andrew, he's that good.
That's right. Well, well, put it this way, he practices as many from either side. This year from left touchline. He was 5 from 6 coming into today, 5 from 9 from the right. So we have got his. He's already kicked one from the right today. So he's 6 from 10 from the right, and he's only missed 1 from the left. Only 1, Steve. Well, you do the maths. I'm pretty sure everyone watching at the moment.
What about him just cruising back into first grade?
They've got a lot of matches at home too on the run home here, Penrith. Only a couple of weeks away before the finals, so get set for some full houses and this sort of entertainment. This is for 7 in a row from the sideline, Nathan Cleary. Outside the 20. This kick, touches it ready, oh, hits the post and goes over.
He's a freak.
That's amazing. 7 in a row from the sideline. He's 16 in a row overall. Is there a box that Penrith aren't ticking at the moment?
No, they do it well, don't they? I just mentioned now a little bit earlier how they're both half split. That time on that left-hand side, they both got together. So the options, and then using Isaiah Yeo. We mentioned their 2 front rowers laying the platform. Oh, they're the real deal, these blokes.
Well done to the kids that made those signs as well. Love the effort you put in to honour one of your favourites. And he is saluting as well today. Well, this could be one of the more amazing front row performances. Fisher Harris, 13th hit up. The 2 front rowers have now taken 23 runs between them in 21.5 minutes.
The big thing is they do it week in and week out, Andrew. It doesn't really surprise me.
There you go, they're running again. Cleary, flag, Crichton doesn't get it back. Penrith make an error finally, and Wilson comes up with it. It would have been quite dazzling if Crichton had juggled that one through the defence. Cleary's pass was special. Canterbury back in possession. There's Moran getting ready to come on. They've held back, pulling the trigger on the changes. I don't know what you feel, Marty, right now. Canterbury, Burton, it's just hang on, find some way to hold. 29 metres away from the line, Flanagan, and Perham dumps it off for King. King wasn't able to turn and pass. Flanagan, Canterbury, Burton right to the line. Perham does well. Quick hands, Avarillo. Carraz might have gone forward. Play on. Canterbury, Skeldon bounced. Now we've got a double movement potentially to look at.
Coming up to tackle 5, having no try. I believe he's short, and then he reaches out, and that's the only way he makes it to the try line.
Resist.
Well, they were blowing up about the forward pass. Anyway, it's play on. They can't rule on that. Look at the effort there from Peachy. His elbows down.
Jarrell Skelton
Double
is short of
movement.
line at this point with the ball carrying arm hitting the ground and defenders in contact. The only reason he then gets to the goal line is he promotes the ball. We have a decision.
Close but no cigar.
You put that down to Peachy too. He had to chase there and tackle from behind. After scoring 2 tries, the urgency to get back there and defend.
Well, encouraging for Canterbury.
Got a couple of little goes there on their right-hand side. Avarillo's gone through there. Unfortunate not to get a try. You'd love to see him get one back.
So Penrith back in possession. First game of our Sunday ticket today. Cronulla and Manly to follow, and Sunday night with Matty Johns as well this evening. That's your line-up here on Fox League.
Just to give you a little rundown, post-contact meters 178 from the Panthers, only 73 from the Dogs.
He contained Martin for the first time today. First time he's had no post-contact meters on a run. There you go. Over the 40-metre line. Panthers getting some of their bench players up on their feet now. Leniu and Smith. It's Cleary. Skelton got it on the fingertips and quickly turned defence into attack. Now Carras. He's capable of an offload. I think Canterbury probably have to unleash an offloading game at some point to try and break up the Penrith defence. Slow play the ball for Flanagan. Ockenbaugh. It's 4 tackles down. They're 30 away. Burton again turning back inside. Moran. Set restart for Canterbury. This is their chance. Flanagan and Avarillo. Carras. Canterbury keep it alive. Burton does the same. Run around play. Now it's Waddell off Flanagan. The 10 from the line. Looking lively, Canterbury. Best chance of the game. Straight run with King. Been a long while since he scored a try. 50-game drought. Right beside the uprights. The big oat milk padding here at Penrith. Flanagan. Perham. And Avarillo across. Ockenbaugh cut down. Good tackle, Peachy. Canterbury still with a chance. Skelton's got a hop and a skip. There's plenty of him. Last tackle, Canterbury. And oh dear. Then to play the ball. The rookie is doing it tough.
Well, just doing his best to get up and play the ball as quick as he can. Not afraid to take the defensive line on, but there it is.
He's having the box of chocolates afternoon, isn't he? The Forrest Cup. He's had the flick pass. He's had a double movement. He's had an ugly play the ball. It's a mixed bag for Jarrell Skelton, who only got his debut. We called that exhilarating game, Canterbury and South. He came on as the activated player, the 18th player. So that was his first grade debut, and then the full game last week as well. Talkers with Martin, changes on, double change in fact, Leniu and Smith. Starting front rowers go from the field. Let's just check. 25 hit-ups between Leota and Fisher-Harris in the opening 26.5 minutes as penalty goes to Penrith. That is enormous. The old-fashioned, there's been, you know, setting a platform. It's been a tactic since 1908 blocker. You are playing a team that is well below you on the ladder, but still they go about their process, Penrith, and that is an enormous contribution. Leota, 11 runs for 94 metres. Fisher-Harris, 14 for 139.
Yeah, it's always good when you've got a front row partner that can back it up and you have that 1-2 punch. They've done it so well to start this game here for the Panthers, but they've done it for the last few seasons, haven't they? There's no real surprise.
Yeah, they're always getting a standing ovation, the 2 front rowers, as they walk around to the bench. As Luai got a pass away for Peachy. 24-0. The clock now ahead of the scoreline, thankfully for Canterbury. And long ball across to Crichton for To'o. Burton couldn't stop him. To'o on the spin, keeps the feet in from the sideline. Now Martin, long, Cleary, longer still, Yo, all the way across the field. Luai to Peachy. He's got thoughts of a first-half hat-trick. Last tackle, Penrith. Cleary wants it. Cleary's got it. He's looking for Crichton or Martin. Martin's a leaper. Ball comes loose. Canterbury just cover up. We've got knock on Penrith.
Yeah, they're always at you. They don't play any sort of settling type of football, do they, the Panthers? In a set of 6, they're at you at least 3 times. They're great to watch.
This try was in the 22nd minute. And that was Peachy's second for the day. In fact, it was the 20th minute for the try. So it's the best period for Canterbury so far. Stem the flow. Harrison Edwards into the game, takes the run. 8 metres inside the Panthers' half. Hayes Perham up in the line. Still no Reid Marty, he's on the bench. Flanagan, Burton, inside for King. King, there's an offload, that'll help. And off the back of the offload, almost opportunity. Last tackle Canterbury, Flanagan. And Averillo, cut out ball for Carraz. He can offload, he got to pass away. Skelton scrambles back. Canterbury at least had a crack. And Penrith will come up with a ball at the end of the set.
Just got to get up nice and flat and get around the ball player. There's a good offload there from King. And again, it's Peachy who comes away with the last tackle there. Didn't get to their kick, the Dogs.
Taruva coming in for the run, back up to the 20 for Penrith. Dylan Edwards been relatively quiet up to this point. Dylan today, we haven't really seen his talent. Only less than a handful of runs for Dylan Edwards today, and yet still they lead 24-0. Luai out for Peachy. Another completed set on the horizon for Penrith. Cleary got it a little high. We'll put more pressure on Perham. With it 9 metres out from the line. He's done well today. Hayes Perham, his 7th run. Over 50 metres for Canterbury.
Just having a look in the back play too. It's Spencer Leniu that's just coming up into the line now, just past Edwards, the fullback. And he's been in back play with the trainer for the last couple of minutes.
Marty is on for Canterbury. 30 minutes into the contest. By the way, one of the players interchanged for the Bulldogs was Fatala Mariner. We actually didn't credit him with a hitter. It's quite a contrast to the Penrith front rowers. Now, Marty's first touch was almost old-fashioned shepherd around the back of Edwards. Last tackle Canterbury. Burton kicks low and hard. Won't get it to the sideline. Edwards with it. Edwards one move. Got him straight past Alamotti. They link up. Toes on the fly. Croydon in support. Doesn't pass it. Bryant's on his way. What's the celebration this time? Brian To'o. Yes! He's got there. Thankfully, he's still with us.
Well, how good are they at long-range tries? You can put it down. We were just saying how we thought Dylan Edwards was a little bit quiet. It's a grubber-type hard punt through by Matt Burton. He just collects it. Look at the footwork here. You can't chase out him one out like that. To'o gets the football. Crichton's on the outside. Throws the dummy. Marnie just on the field. Can't go with him. Brian To'o goes in for number 2. You can put it down to Edwards. Here's the kick downfield. I don't know whether he was going for touch there, but Edwards is in great position. Can't chase him one out like that. Alamotti it was that missed the tackle. And To'o, what about this for a shot? Marnie can't go with him. To'o, injured knee and all, gets number 2.
Wasn't he magnificent in Origin 3, Brian To'o? I know Cody Walker got man of the match and no one was going to argue. That's beautiful. That's fantastic. As I was saying, Block.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean, people watching from overseas. When we had Super League, we said we're going to take it to China. What would the Chinese think of this? This is the best sport on the planet, Block. We got blokes doing this. They're not actors. They're rugby league players. That was beautiful acting.
It was.
By Brian To'o.
I think he might have just thought of it then.
You think so?
I don't think he practiced that one.
So, 28-0. They're lined up on the Great Wall. Oh, Cleary shanked it. He stubbed his toe. The streak comes to an end. What happened there? He absolutely stabbed it and misses, and the head goes down. 4 from 5. Block, you are now the closest thing we've got to a goalkeeper in the goal kicker in the commentary box. What happened? Talk us through it. Talk us through it.
I could never go close. You, Andrew, would know a lot more about goal kicking than me. I never even got a kick in my last game. What are you talking about?
Well, he had the head down. He just a total misstrike.
He stumped his toe.
Stumped it or stumped it?
Stumped it. Probably missed it a bit.
You're an Ashes cricket mate, obviously, Blocker. Here's Burton at 28-0. 28-0, 33 gone. And what was going to be an anticipated tough afternoon for Canterbury has unfolded. And Penrith have got their first long-range try of the day. Well, To'o has a double. And Kenny on for Martin.
They're just ruthless, aren't they?
Yeah, there's been no soft drop balls. The one error they made was in full attacking mode where Crichton juggled a pass and put it down. There's been no unforced errors to this point. Edwards.
18 from 19. An effort.
Again, following up from points. They get over halfway. Cleary kicks them to a corner. Wilson's with it. In his 6th game of first grade. Blake Wilson caught up by some enthusiastic chasers of Penrith. Why wouldn't they let the Panther sound effect come on after that? Growling away.
Just a little thing. Mitch Kenny's the first man down there every time with a kick. It's a little part of his game. He can contribute. Good out of dummy half. Great on the kick chase.
Time Braith and Michael Ennis to run the rule over this one. Second game today here on Fox League Live, and ad-free during play. Sharks and the Seagulls, the battle of the beaches. Little high tackle. Don't have to go too high to get Marnie in the head. And that's what's happened there. Canterbury penalty.
You'd like to see him get on the scoreboard before half-time. There's a big kick downfield there from Burton. They've made a couple of breaks over on their right side. The left-hand defence there where Peachy is, but he's made a couple of great tackles. Avarillo's used his pace a couple of times. I think that's where they're going to go now.
Now for Burton and Perham. Nicely on to Avarillo. Carraz, beautiful hands. Skelton on his way, just caught 4 metres away from the line. Durrell's afternoon almost got better there. Perham, Flanagan, Burton, back inside for Moran, cut in half by Yo. Now Flanagan. They fancy their chances right. They go there again. Avarillo bounced away from Luai. Ockenbore's pass knocked down by Taruva.
Knock on Penrith.
Canterbury will have possession here.
Shot clock's on.
I'm interested to see where Marnie's playing. He's playing like as a floating lock forward. It's the first bust now. Skelton, I'll tell you what, when he gets the football, gets a bit of open space, he's hard to handle. Imagine him with another off-season. And there's the knockdown there.
Dylan.
He's playing. Is he playing? Where's he playing, Marty? He's playing in the front row. That'll do, mate.
He's just thereabouts. He's in the middle. Penrith getting the numbers right.
He's certainly not playing in the dummy half area. Flanagan's been the dummy half since he's been on.
Canterbury, Carraz, Peachy. There's an offload. Carraz is a good offloader. Gets plenty away. So the Bulldogs are a big chance in this set, and a penalty as well.
Too early, 10 metres. You can repack it if you want to.
So it was from the scrum. If I'm Canterbury, I'm packing it again. I'm absolutely packing it again. Got to try everything. Try and get a Panther player sin bin. But they go the tap. I always wonder whether the players are aware of the rule. Now Flanagan and Marnie for Burton. No great force and defence. Contain Burton. Late offload. No call upheld. Out for Alamotti. Canterbury get it down. So the offload does create. If the referee hasn't called held, you're allowed to pass. Canterbury take full advantage and get their first 4-pointer of the day.
Yeah, well done, Alamotti, to finish it off there. He did well to get the football down. Here's the late offload from Burton. Gee, it is late, isn't it? But anyway, it's play on. They go straight away. Crichton gets beat on the outside, gets caught flat-footed. Alamotti's good enough to score. The Bulldogs on the board.
No, fair enough with a pass. I mean, if Penrith are going to continue their work and lift a leg, and that's part of trying to slow the next play the ball down, well, I'm happy for it not to be held.
Yeah, it was pretty late, yeah, but they got the repeat set. They got the football back anyway. He's good enough to score. Burton showed good strength to be able to stand in a 3-man tackle. And you're right, Andrew, the tackle looked like it was going on, so he got the football away and away they went.
That's the thing, they'll regret it that they actually had him held, but then third man comes in and thinks, oh, well, I'll tip a leg up, and therefore Burton took advantage. Most of the Bulldogs' attack has gone right today, and they get their first try on the left. 28-4. Burton above his career average this year with his goal kicking. game against Souths the other week. He kicked 3 from the sideline as well. So can he do a clearing? He can. Well done, Burton. Well done. 28 points to 6. Penrith over Canterbury. Darcy on the sideline.
Well, Paul Alamoni has learnt a thing or two about the Rugby League roller coaster in his rookie season. He burst onto the scenes in round 1 and was touted for big things in this game, but there's not many tougher lessons than being dropped after a 66-0 thrashing, and that's what happened to him. He's spent the last couple of weeks going back to basics in New South Wales Cup, but with so many injuries in the outside backs, he gets an opportunity today and scores the Bulldogs' first try.
So just over 90 seconds to go in this first half. Darcy, Penrith, their first kick-off of the match. And the Bulldogs with it. It might be a miracle, but wouldn't it be something if Canterbury could go a length of the field effort to go into half-time with some sort of momentum. Flanagan and Riddell back up over the 30. There's an offload. Look, I know it's a forlorn hope, obviously, but I do feel it is their only chance of breaking up Penrith is to probably push a few offloads, and so be it if an error comes of it. 5 short of halfway. And Marnie wanted to go long and then just goes into walk mode. He had the pass cocked, ready to go long. Last tackle, Canterbury. Burden. Here we go. Good luck, Dylan Edwards. Underneath it. Edwards with a good catch. And bringing the ball back. So you'd call it relatively quiet from Edwards, yet he still provided that moment for the Toto runaway.
Well, I'm used to seeing him run around the middle of the ruck too when the Panthers have got the ball and trying just to feed off offloads.
Finally a soft error from Penrith. Peachy lost the ball and Canterbury come up with it. They got 10 seconds to come up with a try-scoring play. Burden, he's going to bomb it. He kicks, hoping they can chase. Will he get a bounce? The bounce goes on. Well, it was worth a try. What a first half. Penrith, premiership favourites, put on 5 tries. Just 1 to the Bulldogs at half-time on this Sunday afternoon. Penrith 28, Canterbury 6. Sunday ticket on Fox League. Bulldogs have returned for the second half. It is a sellout crowd here at Penrith, and the Panthers put on quite a performance in the first half, racing to a 28-0 lead and then 28-6 at half-time. Steve Roach, more of the same, I guess, is what we're expecting from the Panthers. I think their coach, Ivan Cleary, demands it.
Yeah, the great thing about the Panthers is they're ruthless, aren't they? And this man, Brian Toto, there wouldn't be a rugby league supporter that wouldn't love this guy. What a finisher he is. And then we saw him score a long-range try there in the first half. Brian Toto, you'd be backing him in to get a hat-trick.
Yeah, he's one of the true entertainers of our competition, Brian Toto.
They looked a little bit dangerous too, this man, when their middlemen started to get a few offloads. Avarillo, with that pace on the outside, made a couple of breaks in the first half. They need to get him some more football.
And he has the 1 hat-trick in his career, Brian Toto. Second half underway, Canterbury with possession. And as was their challenge at the start of the game, must start well. Sadly, that wasn't the case. Well, actually, they started okay, but every opportunity Penrith got close to their line, they were able to slice the Bulldogs' defence open. Ockenmore on this run. 5 tries to 1. Sharks and Manly to come up later today here on Fox League.
Yeah, just getting used to playing in the forwards, isn't he, Ockenmore? Just those repeat efforts. He'll learn as he starts to play there. He has to play at least 60 games to get used to it.
Kick has got Edwards running. Edwards, oh, he kept it in the field of play. Had to come up with something fancy. And Penrith, more than fancy, Edwards then beating a couple.
He was in all sorts of trouble with that kick chase there. It was a beautiful kick, nearly a 40-20.
Oh, penalty against Penrith. Well, when the whistle blew, Penrith were clapping. They're thinking, we deserve that penalty. It has gone against Edwards.
I didn't see it.
What was he doing? Just shoving one of the markers off or something like that?
Not at the moment. I'll talk to
Edwards.
Down there with me there, and you can work your way through it. There's no penalty, okay?
Zayo's made a solid point, whether referee Butler was listening closely or not. So there it was. Cleary dragging defender away. Interesting. So it does take a man out. If he doesn't get up, he's not up for the play of the ball. Fair enough, I suppose. Here's Burton. Just don't do it. Don't leave it in the hands of the referee rather than complain about it.
Well, you're going to get the penalty yourself if he lays on too long anyway.
So Canterbury, early chance to score points second half. Harrison Edwards, diving at the legs there last was Liam Martin. Now Flanagan goes left and just steadied up there from Perham. But that is crossfield running personified there from Canterbury. One run one way, one run the other. This time right with Burton back towards the posts. And that was quite a one-on-one tackle by Fisher Harris, and a penalty is awarded. Ended up saying high.
Moranich, I think, got the ball back on the inside. He's a courageous little fella.
Worried about his leg.
He was monstered there.
Worried about his left knee from the moment he was tackled. I don't think the first contact was high. I think, are we saying the second?
Yeah, bounced off the ball there. Just clipped his ear on the way through.
Oh, I thought the right arm, that was the left arm, just grabbed him around the head.
He's looking at the leg.
And the reason he went down was, I think it was more or less knee-on-knee contact.
Stay there. Hold the line.
He's limping, but he's up. Canterbury tap. Scored the last try of the first half. Chance to score the first of the second. Slow play the ball for Flanagan. They're set left. Burton. Dummy. Back to all. Lovely grassing tackle there from Smith. Lindsay Smith. Flanagan. A lot of switches of play. Not a lot of hard straight running from Canterbury. Perham there. This is where we talk about shape in the modern game. Not much shape to Canterbury's attack on those previous plays. Burton again back towards the posts. So they've used up 4 in the set, Canterbury. The Panthers defence getting the job done. Marnie goes wide, on for Carraz, then offloads, set restart Canterbury. Sustained pressure for the blue and whites here. Ockenbaugh. Flanagan, Harrison Edwards, when they had a big line set left, he took the straight carry. 5 away again. Flanagan holds it up. Avarillo just caught. And it was Sorensen and Luai. Now it goes high for Marnie. Canterbury chipping away. Penrith checks to their goal line defence. Marnie then pushed over. Or was it a ball plant? They're going to say ball plant. It comes up as an error.
Trying to move forward.
And they will challenge.
They're going to start the second half. They win this challenge with 3 penalties in a row.
Take a 4. We have a captain's challenge.
Pretty hard to attack 10 metres out. That's the hard part. Then rather be 20 or 30.
Then he tries to move forward, contributing to a lost ball.
So if they establish ball
be very
plant...
careful. I'll stop the challenge and penalise you for the set.
Wow. There's a caution from referee Butler. So if they establish ball plant, that's where it'll end.
Okay, the tackle is complete at this point.
No, never plants the ball. He might get this.
Does Kenny have a little bit of a touch there with his right arm as Marnie's trying to get to his feet? But I think he just have a look here. He's trying to get up now. There's a ball.
I think I've seen a ride like this at the Easter show, to be honest.
Reid Marnie attempts to get to his feet. Mitch Kenny's not entitled to go back over the ruck. The challenge is successful.
So there you have it. Now, it's very fine. Now, they clarified this at the start of the year. If Marnie there planted the ball on the ground and trying to get up, it would go against Marnie, and that's the way Butler saw it. And that is why they've won the challenge, because he didn't actually plant the ball on the ground. He was trying to get up with ball in hand. So Canterbury on the attack again. They are a chance. How many tackles in a row have they had? Marty and Burton. Now Carraz. Can he get another offload away? He's caught by 3. He's 3 metres from the line. Line is set left this time, Canterbury. Flanagan, Marty, dummy. Got it. Not quite the speed to get through the hole. Caught by Martin, caught by Yo. They're trying their best. Flanagan, dummy, caught up. 4 tackles, Canterbury. They are a little frustrating. Now Burton, they'll stretch across. Amarillo kicks before the last. Edwards is there. Edwards is always there. And Penrith have survived that attack from Canterbury that I think the coach backs up.
Yeah,
was frustrating.
A little bit of tackle practice there for the Panthers to start the second half. 3 penalties in a row. And they couldn't come away with points.
And there's a penalty to Penrith. Well, Darcy, what a start for the second half.
Absolutely. Well, I've got an update from the Sheds at halftime. Bulldogs coach Cameron Serralde wouldn't be happy with that, but he was able to find some positives in the first half. Was disappointed, though, with silly errors when attacking the Panthers line and said they do need to fix up their goal line defence. As for the Panthers, Ivan Cleary was fairly upbeat, but reminded them to be patient and more points will come. Also, an injury update on Spencer Leniu. He injured his MCL just before halftime and will not return today.
Okay, so not good news. Spencer Leniu out of the match. And knee injury, so not all good for Penrith. There's Yo, Cleary, and then Martin. Spencer only had the 3 carries while he was on. This time with Smith. He's been a big improver this year. He's now part of the 17. Kenny, Cleary, change of direction, kept alive. Yo, kept alive for Kenny. Last tackle, Penrith 30 away. Cleary in bombing position here. Here he is. No, stabs it. Will put Canterbury under pressure out from their own line. That was the patience that Coach Ivan wanted. So see if they can force a mistake from Canterbury here. 10 out from their own line.
Yeah, he does. He's got a whole array of kicking, hasn't he? Cleary that time just traps the Bulldogs on their own goal line.
Lockie hasn't actually had a full-blooded run at the line on return, Nathan Cleary. So that's still in the kit bag.
He probably hasn't have to. They've got down the end and they've been able to score.
Now for King. Luai also only the 1 run, genuine run at the defensive line. There's Burton. Canterbury find out quickly how tough it is. Well, they made 30 metres on the set. To'o to bring it back. And has beaten 1. Ryan To'o. Chalking up big metres again, and another penalty inside the 40. Canterbury under pressure.
We nearly set play on there, the referee. Have a look at him. Trying to take the quick tap. Trying to get on with it, Cleary. Always thinking.
Yeah, he took the tap with players in front of him, so you can't allow that. And Cleary. He was entitled to the big tap, but he took it with teammates in advance of where he was taking the tap from. So here's Cleary to centre field for Fisher Harris. Where are his numbers going to end today? Back into the game a little earlier with the injury than Leniu, so he's likely to play significantly more minutes today. Kenny and Yo. Set restart again for Penrith. Yo marches ahead for 15 metres.
It was Marnie caught out there.
20 from the line. Fisher Harris, Luai. There's the Luai step. Little one-hander, looping pass. Penrith, a little bit off the head. Top of the head, the attack there. Had no trouble getting through the Canterbury goal line defence in the first half. Kenny Smith caught in the tackle of Moran. They've still got 4 to work with though. Kenny and Cleary now off Edwards. Back against the grain comes Crichton. He'll be a Bulldog next year. He's a Panther today. And he scores his first try for the afternoon. Giddy up, hop on board. the Panthers.
Well, there's the difference between the two sides. They had ample football to start the second half on the Panthers' goal line. The Doggies couldn't come away with anything. On the back of a penalty, they get down there. And just the way that they're able to change direction, the middlemen didn't just close off the gap here. Just the flop back inside by Cleary. And look at Crichton's footwork. They can't go with him. Marnie with the legs tackle. Crichton too big. Stretches out. With really the first opportunity of the second half, after the Bulldogs had all the ball, the Panthers show they're good enough to score.
Well, they threw everything at Crichton Penrith, that is, not Canterbury. Even threw the advertising padding at him after he scored the try. Kenny goes on for a ride. That's a heavy jockey. And then Taruva, and then Luai. And now the decision taken by Brian To'o, and throw that on as well. He's weighed in a little over. And Cleary from right in front. So the back line getting the tries. Peachy, Crichton, To'o. Only Taruva and Edwards still to score. You'd have to think Dylan might be. By the way, Dylan's never had a double-figure season try tally, sitting on 9, so could be his own little mark today if he scores between now and full-time. He's Bulldogs bound next season, Stephen Crichton.
They're just so good with those faster men. So hard to handle, plenty of energy.
Talking about attacking players, we do have Sharks Manly next up, but Sunday night with Matty Johnson tonight, Phil Blake.
Chip and chase.
What about Blakey?
Yeah,
the 83 season with a chip and chase. Every kid was doing it. Think of the Benji Marshall step. Go back 83. He would hold the ball out in the palm of the hand and then do the chip over the top and regather. It'll be great to have Blakey on the show tonight. Sunday night with Matty Johns, but yes, next up Sharks and Manly after this one. Smith on the run there for the Panthers. 34-6. Kenny, oh, he was knocked down. No, penalty. Is that 3 in a row for Penrith? This is going to hurt Canterbury. You can't have your discipline go out the door if you don't want the score to get rather big.
Yeah, the ball was knocked down there from the marker. The markers weren't square.
I didn't want to run either.
Every time they get down here in the attacking zone, right on the halfway line, they're a dangerous footy side. Watch how many shots they have against them here.
What a sight it is at Penrith. Sunny Sunday winter afternoon. Back in the day, field would be brown from, it'd be dirt from 10 to 10, wouldn't it? Most of the field. Now you got this immaculate surface. The crowd loving this afternoon. No sign of let up from the home side. Smith caught there. 25 away, quick play the ball, Cleary passes to himself and offloads. Edwards lost it, knocked back. Luai comes up with the ball on the swerve. Straight runner is Martin. Almost got the pass away and then lost the ball.
Coming into 4.
12 metres out from the line. No challenge, he's a little slow to his feet, Liam Martin.
Geez, dangerous Luai when he starts to skip and the opposition's starting to get a little bit tired. Only the start really of the second half, but starting to look dangerous now. He runs the ball.
The problem with his left ankle here, Liam Martin, so goes down the attendance of the trainer, close to where they were going to pack the scrum, and that forces the hand of referee Butler just to check things.
Tough as an old boot, William Martin.
It's in, stay in. Next one. Stay on your own.
Just boots. Canterbury with the ball. They're 15 metres away from their own line. They certainly haven't thrown the towel in the Bulldogs. I mean, it was looking awfully ugly at 28-0. It hit 28-0 through 31 minutes, almost a point a minute. But since that mark, a try apiece. That's a period of some 20 minutes. They've just got to keep finding more, the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they look a little bit dangerous here in the first half when they got a couple of offloads in the middle of the ruck and then you shifted straight away to an edge. Just got to try and find a way to get in a couple of those. Rather than just running one out for a set of 6, you can't afford to do it.
They rush up quickly. He was under pressure from Fisher-Harris. No kick from Perham. Kick from Avarillo. Puts pressure on Taruva. Oh, good take. Lovely take in front of Jacob Kiraz getting through. At least they found to kick the Bulldogs there. Peachy on this run. Fisher-Harris will go from the field with his numbers at 16 hit-ups and 154 metres and 20 tackles into the bargain as well. And Garner will come on for the first time today. Luke Garner, another penalty against team in possession. Canterbury will get a little chance here.
Gee, I'd like to see what that was for. What a late offload.
He's out of play, so the moment that he got involved, it was an out-of-play penalty. So if you're in front of the previous play the ball, nothing can get you back inside or onside. Ball across for Moran for Canterbury. They're 20 away from the Penrith line. Burton was looking up there with Harrison Edwards. They saw it coming, the Panthers' defence. Flanagan, Burton, and then for Perham on the outside, their lone try scorer, Alamotti with the ball. Garner involved in the defence for Penrith. Only sixth game for the year for the former Tiger. They're 15 from the line, Canterbury. Let's see if they can put on a play here. Burton drifting across. Avarillo. Oh, Kiraz slipped. That made it easy for the Panthers winger. And Skelton for Burton to kick. I think they're onside. I'm not 100% sure. It won't matter anyway. Luai comes up with the ball. And himself in a catching role there, Jerome, and did well.
Yeah, he got himself in a great position there and attacked the ball. It was a clumsy set of 6 again there from the Dogs. But you've got to pay tribute to the defence there of the Panthers. They got up in their face.
You used clumsy. I don't think it's ill-used there. I mean, Canterbury have actually had 30 tackles inside the Penrith 20 now in the game. They've scored 1 try. Penrith have only had 14 tackles inside the Canterbury 20 by comparison. But Canterbury 30 tackles now inside that danger zone. Cleary kicks long and high. And
Luke's just come on for the Panthers too. He'll go into that dummy half roll. Almost explosive speed. I hope he gets an opportunity. He can run out of the ball out of dummy half.
Bulldogs from their own 20 now. Wilson in for that carry. Pengai Junior's back out there, and for Fatala Mariner. Between them only 2 runs in their first stint. It's time to rumble. Pengai Junior and Fatala Mariner should be fresh. Fatala Mariner will get a carry now. Back up to halfway. I'd be fine if Pengai Junior's been given the licence to offload at every chance on return. Here he is on that carry. Good low effort there by Sorensen. Quick play the ball. Last tackle Canterbury to a flat-footed Burton. It's a Burton special. How high is it? Edwards does well at the crowd cheer. That was a long way up, that one.
Everyone just holds their breath when he puts those big ones up like that.
Well, that kick, I mean, I've called it a few indoor venues. I mean, that would go pretty close to hitting the roof. He hit that so high. Now for Garner. 5 inside their own half, Penrith. Completion rate. They've had 5 errors now. Through the centre, Smith away. Edwards just cut down.
Great tackle, Burton.
It was indeed. Classic try saver. And then he may be penalised. Interfered at the ruck. Play on. Cleary dummy. Back towards the posts. Only 5 away. Last tackle. So the number 7 is caught on the last. Luai will step up to the plate. Here he is. Dab through. Sorensen. Perham did enough.
Last one's off the Bulldog.
Perham almost knocked that into the back of Sorensen. Sorensen had gone past it. Perham may have knocked it into the head. Have a look. What happens here? It comes off Sorensen's head. And then on Perham's backside. So we've got a Falcon and a Chaminda in the one play.
Stay on, Matt.
See, I like Lindsay Smith too, the 15 for the Penrith Panthers. He just broke straight through there. Much improved player. Why wouldn't you play him with this mob?
Short drop out, Canterbury. Edwards is ready. Edwards owns it. Good catch. Penrith on the attack, but yes, only the one try second half. Credit to Canterbury hanging in there. Taruva with a little bit of footwork. Close to the line. Suddenly Edwards is sparked up here. Is involved in every second play. Canterbury will do well to hang on in this set. Luke, Cleary, Luai, Sorensen. So good. Halves playing alongside each other. And over goes Scotty Sorensen to score. And Penrith about to hit 40.
Yeah, we talked about the silky skills in the first half. Again, the left-hand side try. Scott Sorensen's been relatively quiet here this afternoon. Hasn't had to do that much. But look at the silky skills. Holds it up there. Luai with a beautiful pass. Sorensen with the footwork. Leaves a couple of blokes grasping at air. There's a real good try there to the Panthers. Just look at that angle that he ran there, Sorensen. Just made it that difficult for Carraz to make the tackle. And improves his position here.
This is what Scott had for us. Thank you. He makes his contribution. What a good player he is, Scott Sorensen. Cleary for another 2 and a 40 points to 6 lead. Game 1 of 2 here on Sunday Ticket. Sharks and Manly to follow. 40 it is for Penrith over the Bulldogs 6.
Scott Sorensen is the living proof that it's never too late to establish yourself as an NRL player. His story is pretty well known. He spent more time in reserve grade than he did in first grade until he arrived to the Panthers as a 27-year-old. Fast forward to now, he's a starter in one of the best teams in the comp, has won back-to-back premierships, is a New Zealand international, and next week will celebrate his 100th NRL game. A terrific journey that's far from over because he inked a 3-year extension last month.
Nicely documented. Darcy, the journey of Scott Sorensen. That test he played for New Zealand was against Jamaica at the World Cup. Here comes Lindsay Smith to bring it back for the Panthers. They got both. Well, in fact, they've got Fisher Harris, Leota, and Liam Martin off at the moment, and Mitch Kenny. Well, Mitch is still out there, but they have Fisher Harris, Leota, and Martin all on the bench. And your forward performance loses nothing. It's like they all know their role. Now Luke swings it right side with Garner. Again on the front foot. Nothing, again, no signs of complacency. They go back to process, set after points, go 5. Little scramble of the ball here. What happened on the deck there?
You right or not?
A fair deal of pain, Kenny.
Holding a knee, mate.
I think the boys are saying it might have been a bit of a twist on the way down there.
Right, there was certainly plenty of weight in the tackle. Tavita Pengai Jr. in there. So what happens? Ooh, geez, grab the... So it's not your hip drop, it's just a third man grabbing the lower leg with the weight over the top. That's going to hurt. So if you rule that the third man hasn't come in with force, then it's just accident. But if the bunkers said that the third man went in with force on the lower leg.
It was Pengai Jr. putting all his weight on the lower part of the leg there, but it looks accidental. Looks like they're going to play on here.
It's going to go on.
It's on report. Will it be a penalty then?
It's careless, mate. Risk of injury on that lower knees too.
Yeah, well, that's interesting because normally that third, it does happen. If the tackle's not complete and he grabs the leg like that, then what happens up top? Well, that can happen. What eventuated? It didn't seem like it was certainly wasn't cannonball or anything like that, was it?
If you're near enough, you're close enough. You got to go in and make the tackle. What?
So Penrith from that, and here is the player, ready to run again, Kenny. Big recovery, 35 metres out on play one. They have 40, obviously, home fans want 50. Yo with it for Penrith. It's not as if the Penrith for and against needs any sort of shot in the arm. They're already plus 203 coming into today. Cleary, on it goes! What a peach! What a peach of a pass for Garner to score! Yes, you bow. I think you're going to bow to Nathan. Yeah. Nicely done, Luke Garner. But it is Cleary with a try assist off the top ship.
Well, you hit the hole, I'll put the ball where you need to be. You run into the hole, and I'll give you the footy. Cleary, that was a magic peach of a pass there. Goes right, digs right deep into the line. You've got to pay credit to Garner too. Once he got the football, sprints away to score. Look at that, outside shoulder there on Burton, but just the speed that he hit the ball, too good.
His first try as a Panther too for Luke Garner. It's quite a switch of clubs, isn't it, to go from the Tigers to the Panthers, and here he is. Just his sixth game. He's had a lot of problems with a rib injury. He actually started the year, the first 3 games of the year, he was in the starting side, and he's only had the 3 bench appearances since. 23 tries in his time with the Tigers. There's his first as a Panther. Makes you feel a little good when you see a back row with a headband. Bit of Ciro about him.
Bit of Ciro.
Yeah, a bit of Ciro block.
And he was a Tiger too, which makes it even better.
So 44, just the one miss from Cleary today, and it was a total misfire. The kick, he's now got one a few metres in from touch on his right side. This for 46-6. You know, the big, the Cleary big head cardboard cutouts in the background. Big chin. So here he goes, Cleary with a kick, and this one unsuccessful. Hit it to the right. 44 plays 6 with 16 to go. And as you know, the NRLW season is back bigger and better this year. 4 new teams joining the ranks, bragging rights up for grabs every weekend. Witness real power and unreal passion live. You don't want to miss these great contests. Head to nrl.com/tickets to secure your seats today. The NRL Women's Telstra Premiership. Real power, unreal passion. What a performance yesterday by the Roosters over the Broncos. That was quite a statement. As Canterbury goes short here, hasn't gone the distance, it'll need a bounce. It's got to bounce. It's got to bounce! And Burton ended up with it.
Touches Nathan, short of the 10.
Oh, how unlucky. So because it touched Nathan Cleary before the 10, he can't play advantage. He has to rule penalty. So Canterbury get the penalty, centre of halfway. So it's, well, was he pushed into it? Well, but it's touched him. It's very close. Like, I don't know who can possibly make a definitive ruling whether it's broken the plane.
Well, Pangai Jr. could have been penalised there
pushing him in. That's
in the back,
which pushed Cleary into the ball.
Anyway, you got to have something go your way when it's, what is it, 44-6?
Well, it's pretty rare that the side kicking off get a penalty centre of halfway. I mean, I could count that on one hand the number of times I've seen that in my entire life. You don't get many penalties for the team who kicks off. So Bulldogs have to make something of that rather small lotto win. 20 metres away from the line. And across with Burton. Perham, he passed without looking. And it ended up with no one. Penrith up on that one. Now Averillo. And Hughes cut down there. There's a bit of size about Hughes, but they made light work of that run. Burton, Perham, runners to pick from. Alamotti caught. Not quite again exploding onto the ball. There's just this authority about the attack. You don't see players exploding onto it like Bradman Best style for Newcastle yesterday. Burton back there, fend away from Pengai Jr. Now trying to trample defenders. Last tackle play, Canterbury. Another set inside the Panthers 20. Burton's kicking, looking for Carraz, times his jump, puts it in field. Penrith have the answers. Nice reflexes from Luai.
Well, Taruva let him take the ball there. Didn't even compete for it. And they knew they had enough numbers around there. Luai again. It's the second time in this second half that he's cleaned up.
Cleary fires a trick shot. Kicks early. Wilson lost sight of it. Wilson's come up with the ball. Sprinting for the corner. Wilson! You beauty for Canterbury. The most unusual try you'll see. A Nathan Cleary kick, or have they stopped him from scoring in the corner? Garner has.
No, Garner has.
Garner has stopped him from scoring. An extraordinary sequence of events. The Cleary kick is looking for Crichton. Wilson gets it, runs along the sideline, touchy chasing, and picks up one toe.
And Garner knew straight
Garner
away.
getting across.
He knew it straight away too. Not only has he scored a try up the other end.
What a play.
What a play. Just knocked him off balance there.
How good was the sideline official though?
Right on the spot.
That's 3 Dally M points. The sideline official of the year, as now things get a little sloppy. So Cleary kicked that on the kick. I mean, quite daring. Wilson did well to turn and run. His dive was something special. There's Kenny with a drop ball for Penrith.
It was well executed too. It was just the bounce of the ball, really. Kick for Crichton.
Kyle, you got to get in. Dylan, you got to get in too, please. Head right in.
Pretty sure anything like that from Penrith is not. It's been practiced. It's not just. It doesn't just appear on game day. They've got that in their armoury to pull out at some point. So Canterbury, 21 away from the line. Now for Hughes. Penrith just slowing the play the ball down. Flanagan, Burton, Avarillo, they're going to get him in the game. Out for Carraz. His ability to break a tackle and pass. Flanagan, line set left. Vitala Mariner and Avarillo tapped on by Burton. Wilson gets another chance. But plenty of defence in there. And Garner is among them again. Canterbury through 4 tackles. Now Burton and Pengai Jr. Now they'll attack the right side. Panthers defence come up. Avarillo gets a late offload. Pengai Jr. Then back for Skelton. Canterbury on the last tackle. That makes 35 tackles now inside the Panthers 20. Burton, left foot kick, bounced up. Penrith have the ball.
They just hung on there too. Stephen Crichton was away. Rubber kick in and behind. Pay tribute. I know it's 44-4 and they're still up in the face of the Bulldogs.
35 tackles inside, or 35 tackles, Penrith, let's put it the other way. Penrith have defended their goal line 35 times, conceding just the one try to Alamotti. Came about off a Burton late offload. No other way through for the Canterbury attack. Luke, Cleary, Leota back on the field. Let's tackle Penrith back into the process. Cleary bombs on the last from inside his own half. Perham with it for Canterbury. His 11th carry of the football today. Now Wilson. Penrith's in their last 7 rounds. They have 5 games at home. So today's match, and the only matches they play away between now and the finals are at Manly in round 24, and they're off to the Gold Coast round 25. Every other game is here at Penrith. And you can see by today the crowd they're getting. As Pengai Jr. offload, maybe a Penrith hand in there, and then Canterbury knock on. It was knocked back by Penrith.
It's always going back Penrith. And then
I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Pengai Jr. just trying to ignite something in the middle third of the field for the Bulldogs. Going to challenge it here.
Well, they won their challenge earlier with Marnie.
Touched by Penrith backwards, and then Kyle knocks on.
So they retained their challenge. Fisher Harris is going to come on for the 3rd time today now, while this captain's challenge takes place. I thought Butler's first call was the right one. It was always travelling back.
passes the ball backwards.
So Penrith knocked it back.
Knocked backwards by Scott Sorensen, playing on at this point. Both players are competing for the ball. The ball is always going backwards off Scott Sorensen. Kyle Flanagan then knocks the ball on. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Doesn't get the golf clap from their fans for winning the or the challenge being rejected. Scrum to packed out. So Cronulla Manly next up. That's an interesting affair. Cronulla not exactly setting the world on fire at the moment, even though they're in the 8s. Against a Manly side looking to stay in contention.
Stay on, please.
Let's see if they have another little bit of a trick play here.
And later tonight, Sunday night with Matty John, special guest, an attacking prince in Phil Blake, and a well-travelled player, Phil Blake, the clubs he had. It will be great to catch up with Blakey tonight. Penrith with Yeo and Fisher Harris. So given that he's come on for a 3rd stint, he may hit 20 hit-ups today, James Fisher Harris. Luke and Yeo, Cleary, across, Edwards at the bootlaces there of To'o, and ball is lost. So a little sloppy from Penrith as Canterbury get it. Well, look, they're still odds on to get to 50, but that might see them out. Perham with it.
This might be a little bit of a better position to attack for the Bulldogs further out from the line, because 10 metres out from the line, the Panthers' defence has been far too good. Let's see what the Dogs can do with a little bit more room here.
Now Flanagan, change to the right, Burton, Averillo with speed. It's all speed. But Jake Averillo, whatever they do, Canterbury's attack, this man has to touch the ball more. Off the mark, that is a solo try, Jake Averillo.
Yeah, I can't believe the Bulldogs have let him go next year. He's got tremendous pace and speed. Does it all himself here. Shows the ball back on the inside. Throws the dummy. And once he gets in the clear, this bloke, he was pretty dangerous in the first half a couple of times. He just sprints away. Bulldogs with a little bit more room score.
Yeah, now we've got so much football to look forward to this season, but just on the quiet, the Dolphins are pretty excited about the acquisition of this man Averillo, Farnworth, Flegler. three pretty good signings.
Yeah, good players.
Locked away. So they could have a set of pairing next year of Averillo and Farnworth. And over to Burton for 44-12 he's shooting for. Given that it was 28-0 at one stage, there is a degree of pats on the back warranted for Canterbury for hanging in there. 6.5 to go. And his first one from the touchline, Burton. So looking to put it over, and he's done that as well. 44 plays 12 on our next game on Fox League. Blocker, Sharks, Manly. What's your forecast?
Oh, gee, I think the Sharks will be good enough to bounce back. They've been pretty ordinary defensively. I think they might get their mojo back down on their home ground against the Manly side. It should be a good game. It'll be a cracker.
It will indeed. Here on Fox League, live and ad-free during play. But still 6 minutes to play here and a 44-12 scoreline. The boot of Cleary. A successful return from hamstring injury today. No sign at all of being inconvenienced at all. Nathan Cleary, who's had 3 runs of the ball in the second half. He's kicked the 6 goals, 6 from 8 on return. Nathan Cleary almost pulled off a 40-20 as well. Now Canterbury lose the ball. Turnover, Cleary with it. Tackled 35 away from the line, wanted to quick play the ball, set restart. And ball then with To'o, who is within reach of a second career hat-trick today. Penrith 20 away from the line. Luke, and then Leota. Panthers have got them all lined up. Edwards is sweeping around just behind the ruck. You don't know which side he's going to bob up. Here he comes around the back of Cleary. He went looking for Edwards, I think, and Edwards had gone to his left. Cleary finished off with the tackle, 5 away. Now Luke to Yo. Not able to offload. Canterbury defending. Luke right up against the post. Cleary to run it. Luai there. Props off the left. Offload. Back for Luke. Is there more support? He goes looking for it. Finds Edwards jumping around in front of the defence. Dylan Edwards down. Last tackle play. Canterbury's defence holding for the moment. Luke on the last. Stab kick through to the in goal. It's batted back. It's play on. It's play on. And line drop out.
They never give up on the play, do they, the Panthers? That looked like Luke had kicked that ball dead in goal for your life, but they just chased through as hard as they could. I think it's Crichton that gets there, knocks the ball back in. That's great play. Still hungry for the 50.
Line drop out. Then they go short again. Burton. Why not? Why not have a crack at getting the ball back? There he goes. Yep, Burton, short, great height, great range. Edwards there. Edwards loses the ball. Canterbury have it. And the decision.
Tyrone holds a player off the ball before he can jump.
There you go.
Challenge.
Captain's challenge. The on-field ruling is that Tyrone Peachey holds a Bulldog, denies him a chance to jump at the ball.
So, yeah, so the challenge is because he saw that he did it, or what do you say? Russell Butler was pretty adamant on what had happened.
Tyrone Peachey grabs Jacob Carraz and he's pulling him down, denying him the jump and to compete for the ball. The challenge is unsuccessful.
I'm saying that's the unsighted challenge from the captain. The captain had no idea. He couldn't possibly have seen that.
I think it's just one of the Panthers yelling out challenge.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know if it went to the captain.
So Bulldogs with the ball, 5 inside their own half. It'd feel better if they got another try to get the ball. Oh, and up came To'o. Doesn't quite get his man. Alamotti with it. 44-12. 44-18 would just go down in the book and you move on to next week. But given they were scoring a point a minute early, you know, you started thinking, oh, this is going to be 50, 60, 70. So they've certainly been able to stem that, the Bulldogs, with Burton. And then Avarillo, Carraz through the centre. 25 from the line. Now Flanagan, Burton getting plenty of touches. Back for Pengai Jr. Wanted to get the left arm free. Last tackle. Could be a kick headed for Carraz out on the wing here. Here's Burton. He'll set it up. It's Skelton getting through as well. Big Skelton! That's a great catch.
Oh, what a try.
What a way to score your first try in the NRL.
And how do you hang on to the ball on the way down? Plenty of confidence from Skelton.
Great stuff.
Imagine how good he's going to be with another off-season. That's great play. Attack the football like that. Burton with the bomb, perfectly weighted. Just look how hungry he is to get the ball here.
Oh, that's super. And then to juggle on the way down block to get it back. Skelton. We saw on debut where he got activated as the 18th player. He dropped his first ball, but then the second run you thought, wow, there's a player. He beat 4 or 5 on the one run. So Canterbury know they've got a bit of a rough diamond here with a rugby union background.
They held him back too, didn't they?
Yeah.
Held him back, just give him some experience in the Reggies.
Well, Darcy knows what a tackle buster Jarrell has been in the New South Wales Cup. They've been telling us about how good he's going. We'll hear from Darcy in a moment on Jarrell Skelton. And this is for 44-18. And there it is from Burton for Canterbury, 3 from 3. Half-time was 28-6. And they've hung in there, the Bulldogs, Darcy.
Well, the Bulldogs have debuted more players than any other club this season, and this man, Gerald Skelton, is the latest. He got that debut in unusual circumstances, but make no mistake, he has been on the cusp for quite some time. As you mentioned, he's been an absolute weapon in New South Wales Cup, scoring 10 tries in 12 games this season, as well as averaging 172 metres and 7 tackle busts as we gave a visitor on the field. He arrived to the Dogs on a training trial last year, and it took him just 6 games in reserve grade to earn a top 30 deal. Serraldo said he's a work in progress, but it's clear he has got so much to offer.
Yes, we had a pitch invader. Now we've got another one. Pretty on. They're only kids. I don't know what you meant to do in this situation. A security meant to put on the big hit.
No. I hope that didn't hurt him.
Well,
no, please.
I don't know what's happened here. There we go. So I don't know what that's all about so late in the day. You're going to lose a fair chunk of your pocket money, though, I tell you, for coming on the field this late. As Cleary puts a wobbler in towards the sideline and sits up for Averillo. 44-18, final 90 seconds of play. And it appears they're not going. So the second half, it's 16-12, by the way. 16-12, and if you go up to the last 5 minutes of the first half, it's Canterbury 18-16. If you really want to break down the score sequence. Bulldogs Hughes offloading Flanagan and kept alive by Perham. Short of the 30-metre line, Canterbury. There was almost zero applause to their last try being scored, but those of you who watched on Fox League would have been pretty excited. It was quite a moment for Skelton. Sharks and Seagulls not too far away here. It's Pengai Jr. another run. And there's a late offload after the call of help.
Tackle 5.
So in the end, Pengai Jr.'s offload count today was only 1. Back for Burton. And charged it. Gets it back. It ended up at his feet. They keep it alive. Alamotti with the ball. Does it pass to Wilson. Here come the Bulldogs. Flick pass. Keep it coming. The entertainers are back. They keep it alive. Carraz with it. Out to Skelton. He's got 1. Does he get 2? He's caught up. 11 from the line. The Bulldogs finishing with a flourish. Final seconds of play. Flanagan for Tyler Mariner. Burton, pass knocked down. Back they go for it. Penrith come up with it. It'll be the last play of the game. It'll do us for the afternoon. There's been plenty of entertainment, plenty of highlights. Ball ends up with Cleary in his comeback game. And the march of Penrith continues as they look to win 3 straight premierships. Put another one on the board. Full time, Penrith 44, Canterbury 18.